Okay, so ladies and gentlemen, here's our video for tonight. I'm going to show you the different strategies we learned for multiplying those larger numbers, but by only one digit, okay? So we learned our area model, okay, where we break the number apart. 342 is my number times 5, okay? So we break the number apart. We show the value of each piece, okay? We show the value of each place that is there. And then we multiply it by whatever number we are multiplying by there. Then we would do it piece by piece and multiply each piece by the 5. So as you can see here, I did 300 times 5, and I got 1,500. I did 40 times 5, got 200, and finally 2 times 5, and I got 10. That meant finally that I needed to add all of those three amounts up to find my final product. Okay, so my final product of 342 times 5 is 1,710. There's also the distributive. It's the same thing, it's just without the box. It's without the rectangle that you're placing the items in. You're still decomposing the number, you're still spreading it out, showing the value of each place. Then you're going to multiply each piece of that by the 5 or whatever number you are multiplying by. As you can see, I have the same numbers there when I multiplied each piece as I had in my area model there, and I also added them all up to get 1,710. The final way that we learned, a final strategy, and you remember you're choosing which one works for you that you understand the most, was partial products, okay? And so it's set up vertically, okay, as if you're getting ready to solve it a very traditional way. And we're going to just solve it piece by piece. And I'm just writing those pieces off to the side to show the piece by piece that I'm multiplying. So I would be doing 5 times 2, writing the product of that there. And these are partial products because we're doing piece by piece. We're partially solving our whole problem, piece by piece. Okay, so then 5 times 2 would be 10. Then I move on to the 5 times the 40 in the tens place. I write that here and write that partial product. And then I would do 5 times the 300, which would give me 1,500. So you can see that partial product is there. Then I would add up each of those partial products to find my final overall product of 1,710. The final piece that I can think of to show is that the group I met with today, we did think of it a little bit of a different way. So I'm going to pull out my whiteboard here. It's the same idea though. We are decomposing our number. So 342 decomposes into 300 plus 40 plus 2. We knew that we were multiplying by 5. Okay, multiplying by 5. So we drew 5 groups. And we placed these amounts into each group. And then you were adding up all of those amounts. So each group is getting 300. Each group will get 40. And each group will get 2. And then I find out each of those amounts that I have there. If I have 5 2s, that's the same thing as 5 times 2, which gives me 10. If I have 5 40s, that's the same thing as 5 times 40, which gives me 200. If I have 5 300s, that's the same thing as 5 times 300, which would give me 1,500. And I add up those three amounts, it would give me 1,700. 10 as my final product. So this really isn't any different than what I was just showing you. So now you have 4 strategies. Which one works for you? I want you to practice that tonight. You have this sheet here in your packet where it has 6 different numbers to solve out. You've got 2 ways that you can solve it. Now, am I saying that you have to do it 2 different methods? No. I'm just providing you with 2 options for maybe one of them is a way to check it and see if it's correct. But you can decide. I'm going to show you these again. Here are our 3 strategies that I taught to everybody in the whole class. Then today, I did share with a small group this way, where we can show how many groups we have and placing each of my decomposed amounts inside those groups and figuring out the complete final total amount, which would be the product. So I want you can pause it, you can stop it, you can go back to whichever method you think works best for you. Pause it, study it, look at it. Okay, what is it that Mrs. Garrick did? Think about that. What did I do? What did we learn? And use this method that works for you to solve out these problems here. Have mom and dad check that you got the correct product at the end. And if you didn't, go back and find the mistakes that you made. And if you're really darn right confused, you know Mrs. Garrick will help you tomorrow. I will pull you and we can help. So you can bring this packet to school too. Just tell me you have it and we will pull it out and we will work on it. So study tonight. Practice. That's how you study for math, is that you practice problems until you're getting it. So practice tonight.